Hallo Leute, ich bin zurück mit einem neuen Video und das heutige Thema ist How do you remember German words? German vocabulary. Hallo, ich bin Tom und ich lerne Deutsch. Ich habe die mündliche C1 Goethe-Prüfung bestanden und ich habe Deutschland 4-mal besucht, aber ich habe nie in Deutschland gelebt. In diesem Video will ich verraten, wie ich die Vokabeln teilweise beherrscht habe. Also zum Beispiel, du könntest dich in einer Lage vorstellen, wobei du Feuer brauchst oder sowas und du sagst, ah ja, ich brauche mal Feuer. Also hast du das Ding, das Wort ist eigentlich Streichholzschächtelchen, aber das hast du wohl vergessen. So here are my top 5 tips for learning vocab. Number 1, flashcards. 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 I cannot emphasize this enough, how important flashcards are.
Take a look here. This is the list that I have made. So mostly these are words that I've taken from books, from magazines, newspapers, really wherever. Some really random ones here. Kerzengerade, I think that's from Harry Potter. Arglistig, that's also from Harry Potter. Let me see if I can find a really random one here. Feuchtfröhlich, a friend of mine used that in a text. Never seen that one before. Vorkämpfe, that's another one that I got from a newspaper. And just words I think would be useful. Appeal, der Anklang. Mind you, or please note, wohlgemerkt. I believe that's from a book.
Number 2, German media. So, in the height of the pandemic, must have been 2021, I had one of probably up until then my biggest challenge yet, and that was to watch the TV show Dark in its entirety in German. And I did it. I watched every single episode in German, and I had a very particular method that really worked for me. My method was I would watch it. Every time I saw a word that I didn't know in the subtitles, I would hit that pause button and then rewind, zurückspulen. And every time I saw a word I didn't know, that would go into my vocab list that I just mentioned, which has been running now for multiple years. German media can be really good. I will say that German films are kind of a mixed bag, gemischte Tüte, like someone would say in German. Some really good movies, but also some ones that, quite frankly, kind of suck. Some of my favorite ones are probably, I didn't think about this. Good German media. I should have thought about this one beforehand. German music. I really like German rap. I don't know if I like it in a musical sense, but it's really good for learning slang like Jesus, Kapital Bra, stuff like that. I would also say some rock bands aren't bad. Tonsteine Scherben, I think they're called. They're also pretty good. German media is a good one. And yeah, don't be afraid to hit that pause button. Don't be afraid to rewind. Really, when you don't know what's being said, you're really only hurting yourself, I would say. Same thing when you use like a language app, you use Duolingo, you cheat a little bit on the test. You're really just hurting yourself. Or in my opinion, the best way to do it is to learn from your mistake. Number 3, when you do learn a new word, try to use it as quickly as possible. So say you're reading a book or something, see a new word, write it down, then immediately try to use it in a sentence. You want to learn how it's spelled, learn the conjugation and the pronunciation. Those 3 things, commit it to memory, have it down on your flashcard list, going back to those flashcards, and then just repeat it. It also helps to talk with a tutor, so kind of going hand in hand with that. Something I like to do when I meet with my tutor is I like to try to plug in some recent words that I've learned, not in like an awkward way, but one that shows that you have a grasp of the word, its definition, what it means. Also say you want to read the news, you want to read books. So for me, I read Harry Potter 1 and 2 in German, and had a similar approach. Every time I saw a word I didn't know, I would write it down. So thanks to Harry Potter, I think I added like 50 more words to my to my list that I showed you guys a little bit earlier. My last tip that might sound a little strange is I would recommend talking to yourself in your head. And when you're taking a shower, going for a walk or something, going to the store, just have that little voice going with you as you're shopping, little voice inside your head. That's like, ich möchte mir Eier kaufen, or ich brauche Milch, or ich rede mit einer Person. Something as simple as that. Because that way, even if you don't have the opportunity to speak with someone every single day, you can still work on it. It really is like a muscle at the end of the day. If you train it, it'll get big, strong. If you neglect it, then it'll shrink. It'll shrink a little bit. So yeah, those are my 5 tips. Those things have really worked for me over the years. What would you guys say works for you? Do you have any tips that have worked for you? If you're not learning German, maybe if you're one of my German viewers, if you're learning English, what's something that's worked for you guys? Thanks for tuning in, and I will see you guys next time.